look he got when he was about to explode. This was just his normal, everyday kind of pissed. Max's mother didn't even look his way. Instead, she stood there wringing her hands as her husband ranted like a madman. But his little sister saw him and flashed a quick smile to let him know she, at least, was happy to see him. It had always been the two of them against the world, or at least, against their dad. Max didn't make it more than a few feet into the room when his father turned bloodshot eyes on him.
"Where the hell have you been?"
Max almost sighed, but stopped himself just in time. Sighing, rolling his eyes, hell even looking like he had a pulse were all things his father would beat him for, and he was too damn tired to put up with that crap this morning.
"I was at work, Dad,"
Max said, subtly moving closer and putting himself between his old man and Sarah just in case. His mom still hovered off to the side, her hands clenching and twisting together in front of her even more anxiously.
"I pulled a double shift for a little extra money,"
Max added when his father didn't say anything. His father's lip curled in a sneer.
"You think you're the shit now that you're making minimum wage down at that local gas and go? You think you're better than me because you have a little change in your pocket?"
Max shook his head, hoping he could somehow diffuse the situation. But when he saw his dad's face turn red and his eyes get that crazy look, he knew it was too late. Dad had been looking for an excuse, and he'd found it. Max didn't bother trying to avoid the blow coming his way. It would just enrage his old man more than he already was, which would make the beating that much worse. His father's fist caught him square on the jaw, knocking his head sideways so hard little strobe lights exploded behind his eyes. There were times in the past when a shot like that would have put him out cold, but he wasn't a little kid anymore. He wasn't as big as his dad, of course, but he was nearly 190 pounds, most of it muscle. It still hurt to get punched in the face, but he could take it a lot better than when he was younger. Max ignored the pain, refusing to reach up and wipe away the blood running down his chin. Instead, he glared at the piece of crap in front of him, unwilling to retreat even when his old man took a threatening step toward him.
"You think you're tough now because you finished high school and got a job? I'll show you tough, you little punk."
Maybe that was why his father hated him so much. Maybe he was pissed at Max because Max had graduated high school, something the big tough Carl Lowry had never done. His dad had always crowed about never finishing 5th grade, like he was proud of it. But now Max guessed that wasn't so true. His dad cocked his fist back, and Max knew he was probably going to be pissing blood after this one, if he lived through it. A flash of movement out of the corner of his eye caught his attention. Then Sarah was latching onto their father's right arm.
"Daddy, stop it! Please, just stop it!"
Max wasn't sure how it was possible, but everything slowed down right then. At first, his old man seemed shocked, but then his face darkened, and Max realized this situation had suddenly taken a very bad turn. His mother must have figured that out, too, because she lifted her hand and placed it on his dad's shoulder, tugging at him tentatively.
"Baby, don't."
But it was too late for any of that. His father yanked his arm away from Sarah and backhanded her across the face. She flew backward, bouncing off the living room wall with a cry of pain. Eyes full of tears, she reached up to cover her bloody nose with her hand, sinking to the floor. Their father grabbed her by the shirt and yanked her back to her feet, his face a mask of rage.
"Don't you ever try that shit again! You hear me?"
His voice was so loud, Max was sure the neighbors heard. Not that they'd do anything. Shouting was a common occurrence around here. His mother swallowed hard, her trembling hands tightly clasped in front of her now like she was praying.